This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Hello everyone, this is Jonathan Marks again from Go to Health Media. This is video 6 in our series, How Project 2025 Will Change Healthcare in the United States, which we've broken into 6 parts. Project 2025 is the 920-page conservative agenda set by the Heritage Foundation to be implemented if and when former President Trump wins election in November 2024. You can see the complete list of videos we are producing in this evidence-based series. Our intent is to educate you with facts. Today, we're focusing on the impact of Project 2025 on families, gender identity, pregnancy, abortion, and recommended foreign policy on these matters. Thanks in advance for your support. We are covering 6 topics, 1 video for each topic, because there is so much to cover. This is video 6-2, focused on family definition and childcare. So sit back and watch each one of our videos to understand the full ramifications of Project 2025 on family, gender identity, pregnancy, abortion, and foreign assistance. When you watch each of the videos in episode 6, you will have complete information on Project 2025's approach to regulating family, sex, pregnancy, abortion, and foreign policies on these subjects. Let me share some quotes from Project 2025 about families. Quote, "Restore the family as the centerpiece of American life and protect our children." Unquote, from page 3. This, despite the fact that the 2020 census shows that only 49% of Americans are married and 51% of Americans are single, and 2/3 of the single population have never been married. Restoration of the traditional family flies in the face of the lifestyle of the majority of Americans. Another quote, quote, "In many ways, the entire point of centralizing political power is to subvert the family. Its purpose is to replace people's natural loves and loyalties with unnatural ones." Unquote, page 4. That's interesting. Project 2025 wants to centralize power precisely when it comes to families, gender identity, pregnancy, and abortion. Is that subversion? Other quotes. Quote, "Today, the American family is in crisis. 40% of all children are born to unmarried mothers." Unquote, from page 4. Another quote, "Fatherlessness is one of the principal sources of American poverty, crime, mental illness, teen suicide, substance abuse, rejection of the church, and high school dropouts. If current trends continue, we are heading towards social implosion." Unquote, from page 4. Let me share some alternative facts and figures about family structure from the Annie E. Casey Foundation based on research. Their mission from the website states, and I quote, "Our work focuses on strengthening families, building stronger communities, and ensuring access to opportunity, because children and young people need all 3 to succeed." Continuing, "We advance research and solutions to overcome the barriers to success help communities demonstrate what works, and influence decision makers to invest in strategies based on solid evidence." Unquote. Continuing, in the United States today, more than 23 million children live in a single-parent family. This total has risen over the last half-century and currently covers about 1 in every 3 kids across America. These single-parent households are structured as mother-only, 60%, cohabiting, 25%, that's where the mother and father share the same household but are not married, and then father-only, 15%. Continuing the quote, "A number of long-term demographic trends have fueled this increase, including marrying later, declining marriage rates, increasing divorce rates, and an uptick in babies born to single mothers." Unquote. Continuing, among unmarried parents, the share of single mothers has shrunk in recent decades, while the share of cohabiting parents has grown. Unquote. I continue quoting, "Mounting evidence indicates that underlying factors such as strong and stable relationships, parental mental health, socio-economic status, and access to resources have a greater impact on child success than does family structure itself. Children thrive when they have safe, stable, and nurturing environments and relationships, and these conditions and connections can exist in any type of family. Children can thrive in any family structure, and family structures often change over time. Family types have also become more diverse, with blended step-families, same-sex parent families, children living with relatives, and more. Children's relationships to their parents or caregivers may be biological, adoptive, step, kin, foster care, or other. It is increasingly important to recognize the diversity of family compositions rather than discussing them as only 2 or 3 groups." Unquote. The Foundation has tracked data, published resources, supported programs, and advocated for policies to improve the lives of these children, youth, and families. The Foundation's approach to family structure is evidence-based from decades of research, unlike the claims or data of Project 2025. A new topic. Did you know there is a department under Health and Human Services called the Administration for Children and Families, or ACF? It provides grants to fund healthy marriage and relationship education, HMRE programs, to strengthen and improve the quality of relationships by offering a range of services from relationship education for high school students to marriage and relationship skills building for adult couples. Project 2025's approach to family structure is based on Christian religion, without a lot of facts to back it up. However, Project 2025 states that the administration should, quote, "protect faith-based, healthy marriage and relationship education grant recipients from religious liberty violations and maintain a biblically based definition of marriage and family. All other family forms involve higher levels of instability, financial stress or poverty, and poor behavioral, psychological, or educational outcomes." Unquote. They continue, quote, "For the sake of child well-being, programs should affirm that children require and deserve both the love and nurturing of a mother and the play and protection of a father." Unquote. Very stereotypic. Quoting further, "Despite recent congressional bills like the Respect for Marriage Act that redefine marriage to be the union between any 2 individuals, HMRE program grants should be available to faith-based recipients who affirm that marriage is between not just any 2 adults, but 1 man and 1 unrelated woman." Unquote. Continuing, quote, "Grant allocations should prioritize faith-based programs that incorporate local churches and mentorship programs." Unquote. All of these quotes are from page 482. Clearly, Project 2025 is seeking national policy on family issues, not state-by-state policies, as demanded in a truly conservative agenda. Here's another idea from Project 2025. Quote, eliminate the Head Start program. Research has demonstrated that federal Head Start centers, which provide preschool care to children from low-income families, have little or no long-term academic value for children. Given its unaddressed crisis of rampant abuse and lack of positive outcomes, this program should be eliminated along with the entire Office of Head Start, or OHS, unquote, from page 483. By contrast, the National Head Start Association reports significant evidence-based success. Each one of these 10 statements is backed by research, as is noted. 1. Quote, Head Start children make progress in language, literacy, and math. Head Start children also score at the norm on letter-word knowledge by the end of the year. That's from a study by Akins et al. In 2013 and Bloom and Weiland 2015. Number 2. Early Head Start children show significantly better social, emotional, language, and cognitive development. Children who attend early Head Start and transition to Head Start are more ready for kindergarten than children who do not attend Head Start. That's from a study by Love et al. In 2002. Unquote. Number 3, quote, the Head Start Impact Study found Head Start children scored better than a control group of children in all measured domains of cognitive and social emotional development. That's from a study by HHS 2010. Number 4, quote, Head Start children in foster care or other non-parental care are more ready for school. That's by a study from Lipscomb et al. In 2013. Number 5, quote, Head Start children have better social skills, impulse control, and approaches to learning. Head Start children also decrease their problem behaviors, such as aggression and hyperactivity. That's from a study by Akins et al. In 2013. Number 6, quote, obese, overweight, or underweight children who participate in Head Start have a significantly healthier BMI, that's body mass index, by kindergarten. That's from a study by Lumeng et al. In 2015. Number 7, quote, children in early Head Start are more likely to be immunized and have access to services for children with disabilities, from a study by Love et al. In 2002. Number 8, Head Start children are more likely to receive dental checkups and have healthy eating patterns than non-participants. They have lower BMI scores and are less likely to be overweight compared to children in other non-parental care, from a study by Lee et al. In 2013. Number 9, quote, when families participate in Head Start as opposed to no early childhood education, children are 93% less likely to end up in foster care, a correlation not found by participating in any other types of early childhood education. And that's from a study by Klein et al. In 2017. And finally, number 10, quote, children show additional gains in social emotional development as a result of participating in Head Start at both 3 and 4 years old, from a study by Akins et al. In 2013. These claims by Head Start are all based on research studies, as noted. Project 2025 does not display this kind of research database that informs its judgment to close down Head Start. More from Project 2025. Project 2025 also wants to, quote, prioritize funding for home-based childcare, not universal daycare, unquote. About daycare, Project 2025 states, quote, concurrently, children who spend significant time in daycare experience higher rates of anxiety, depression, and neglect, as well as poor educational and developmental outcomes, unquote. They share no evidence for these claims. More useful data is found in an article by Noam Spancer, PhD, titled The Deal with Daycare, What do the data denote? ? His article is based on reviews of social science research literature. Dr. Spancer specializes in childhood psychology and anxiety. I'm going to read a series of quotes here. He states, quote, "An overarching finding in the literature is that daycare influences are less important than home influences, even for children who spend much time in daycare. In other words, home and family variables account for more of the variance in children's developmental outcomes than daycare variables. For example, results from the large longitudinal NICHD study of early child care have shown that for cognitive outcomes, the typical effect sizes for non-parental child care were approximately a half to a third as large as home environment effects." Unquote. Another quote, "Non-parental care arrangements and by proxy maternal employment are not inherently risky for children." Unquote. A final quote, "Research has converged on the conclusion that children's time in daycare is associated with increased non-compliance. These increases do not rise to the level of clinical diagnosis. These effects are stronger in low-quality care arrangements and when group size is larger." So the quality of daycare does make a difference, marginally. Dr. Spancer, in a review of the literature, shows that out-of-home daycare does not unduly influence child development. What is most important is the environment within the home. Dr. Spancer's review of the scientific literature directly contradicts Project 2025's assertions that in-home daycare is preferential and that professional daycare is detrimental to the child. Thank you so much for watching. We hope this video gives insight into how Project 2025 will change healthcare in the United States. Please like this video so more people see it. Thank you in advance. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you benefit from all the videos in this series. This has been Jonathan Marks with Go to Health Media.
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.